Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this Sweet Sugarcane flow. During this class, you'll work through different poses that are going to help you gain flexibility and strength. Everything that you need for the peak pose, which is sugarcane. I will also give you some tips and tricks to help you out. This is definitely one of my favorite asana. Still to this day, I think it's so beautiful and so easy to add into your flows. So when you're ready, you might need 2 blocks or anything that you can think of to replace it, and you can just meet me on the mat. Alright, so when you guys are ready, you can go ahead and grab your blocks, place them towards the top of your mat, and actually come standing towards the top of your mat. When you're here, you can have the option to bring your feet together or simply have them hips distance. Simply coming into Tadasana. So simple standing position, bringing your arms simply by your side. Shoulders are down and away from your ears. Belly button is up and in. I'll invite you to close your eyes if you haven't already done so. Start to bring your focus inward, focusing on your breath. On your next inhalation, both arms come up, cactus the arms to rise here. Puff the chest up here, take a slight bend. And exhale, sway forward, straighten the arm, tuck your chin to your chest, round into the back of the heart. Again, repeat, inhale, cactus the arms, sway, puffing your chest forward. Exhale, straighten the arms forward, chest draws into, chin draws into the chest. Again, last one, inhale, cactus the arms, and exhale. On your next inhale, raise both arms up and overhead. And on your exhale, let yourself dive into a forward fold. When you're here, simply holding onto opposite elbows, focusing on shifting the weight forward towards the tip of your toes, belly button up and in, keeping your spine straight and long. On your next inhalation, come into a straight back, plant the hands down either on the mat, on your blocks, whatever feels most comfortable for you here. And on your next exhalation, try and let it melt into a fold, holding maybe onto the back of the ankles, this time shifting the weight again towards the tip of your toes, trying to keep your belly button glued to your thighs here. Spine is straight and long. Next inhalation, plant the hands down on your blocks, coming back into that straight back. Exhale, plant the hands down, simply step it back into downward facing dog. When you're here, make sure that you're taking enough space on your mat. Feet are hips distance. Hands are really planting down. Fingers are spread out wide. Belly button is up and in. Letting your chest melt down. Maybe you need to take a few paddle outs in the legs here. Whatever you need. Settle out in the shape. 2 more breaths here wherever you are. On your next inhalation, we're going to take some spinal waves. So take a big inhale, draw chin to chest, roll forward, really round into the upper back. When shoulders over, wrist, exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze, bend the knees as much as you need. Head is the last thing to come down. When you make it back, again, inhale, roll forward, exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Let your hips glide you back. Last one here. Roll forward and exhale. Drop the belly. Lift the tail, lift the gaze. When you make it back, let your right leg come up towards the sky, coming in a three-legged dog. Making sure that your hips are squared here. On your next inhalation, tap your foot down on the mat. We're going to take some leg swings. So exhale, kick up. Trying to keep your left heel down on the mat. Again, inhale down and exhale up. Follow your breath. 2 more. Last one. Hold it here. Next inhalation, look in between your hands. Lift your left heel off the mat. Exhale, lower it back down. See if you can kick a little higher. Next inhalation, look in between your hands. Lift your left heel off the mat. Bring your right thigh to your chest. Exhale, lower that foot in between your hands. Lower the back knee down. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Low lunge. When you're here, maybe your hands are going to come by your side, down on your blocks. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Take a few breaths here. Again, maybe fingertips are by your side or on your blocks. Letting your hips sink down towards the mat. On your next inhalation, shift the hips back, making sure your hips are squared. Belly button is up and in, spine straight and long. Again, if you need your blocks. On your exhale, melting your chest maybe onto your thigh. Ensuring that spine is straight and long, hips are squared. Belly button is up and in. Next inhalation, shift it back into that low lunge. Arms come up and overhead. When you're here, maybe you stay here. On your next inhale, we're going to pulse it. Keep those back toes untucked. Take a big inhale, press down and lift into that high lunge. Exhale, lower it back down. 2 more like this. Inhale up, exhale, lower. Last one, inhale up, exhale, lower. Here, let your hips sink down. On your next inhalation, maybe your hands again are on your block. Or go ahead and center that right forearm onto your right thigh. Take a big inhale and try and grab onto your back foot. Here, maybe you need a yoga belt, a yoga strap, whatever you need. On your next inhalation, try and bring that foot close to your bum, your thigh. Maybe trying to bring your fingers same direction of as your toes, letting your hips sink down. Core is engaged here. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. On your next inhalation, untuck the back leg, bring your arms up and overhead. Take a big inhale, take the back toes, lift up, high lunge. When you're here, take a full breath. On your next inhalation, cactus the arms, straighten that front leg, engage your core here. On your exhale, try and melt it forward into a modified pyramid. Take a big inhale, draw your chin to your chest, coming into a straight back here, maybe your hands on your blocks, keeping your hips square, simply taking a few waves here. So exhale, let it melt. Inhale, lift up, straight back, exhale. Last one, inhale, straight back, belly button is up and in, exhale, let it melt here and hold wherever you are, keeping your spine straight and long. On your next inhalation, really press down into the mat. Try and kick your right leg back into a three-legged dog, open hip. When you're here, really press down into your hands, opening your chest out towards your right side. Hips are open, keeping a bend in that right leg. On your next inhalation, we're going to take some bent knee circles. So follow your breath. Inhale, circle it out. So circling out your right knee. Following your own breath. 2 more here. Last one. Hold it. Open. On your next inhalation, square out the hips. Three-legged dog here. Inhale, lift your left heel off the mat, bringing your right thigh to your chest. On your exhale, straighten, come into your right side. We're going to take fallen triangle, but trying to keep your right leg straight and lifted off the mat. Maybe lift your hips a little higher. On your next exhalation, lower that foot down. Try and simply twist and slowly sit your bum down. Gonna take a pancake fold here. So when you're here, maybe you want to keep your legs closer together, or you want to venture out and open your legs out. So whatever feels most comfortable for you and that allows you to feel a bit of a stretch. On your next inhalation, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, slowly start to walk your hands forward, focusing on your pelvic tilt here. So kind of popping your booty out, not your entire backside. It's focusing on that little pelvic tilt here. Trying to maybe bring your chest down, all the way down. Focus on your breath here. Next inhalation, slowly walk yourself back up if your legs were open. Close them. And coming back into that fallen triangle. That left hand comes down on the mat. Inhale, roll onto the tip of your left toes, tucking that right thigh into your chest. Exhale, lower that right thigh down, prepping for half pigeon. When you're here, starting with your right foot close to your left hip bone. Maybe that's enough of a stretch for you. If you're a bit more flexible, start to walk that right leg so that maybe it's parallel to the front of the mat. When you're here, I want you to bring your hands by your side. Maybe you need to have your blocks here, whatever feels most comfortable for you. On your next inhalation, bring both arms up together and overhead. We're going to take some pulses here. So maybe you want to stay with your hands down, or maybe you're ready, arms up and overhead. Take a big inhale, pulse it up, and exhale, lower it down. 2 more. Inhale up, and last one, and down. On your next exhalation, bring your hands back by your side. Slowly walking your hands forward. Maybe try and melt onto your leg, really focusing on lengthening the spine. Making sure you're breathing wherever you are. On your next inhalation, slowly walk your fingertips back by your side. Take a big inhale, put your hands down. Tuck your left back toes. Press down into the mat, bringing that right thigh back into your chest. Exhale, foot comes down in between your hands. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Take a big inhale, cactus the arms. Exhale, try and step it forward, keeping that left leg high, keeping a bend in your leg, flexing your left foot. Try and bring that left ankle over that right leg, sitting down into a figure four. Keeping your core engaged here. Inhale, lift it back up. Legs come back to center. And exhale, foot comes down. Bring your arms down. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, palms come together, side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, melt it all the way down into a forward fold. Wherever you are, belly button up and in. Shifting the weight forward. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step it back. Shift the weight forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing to downward facing. When you're here, take a few breaths. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. On your next inhalation, starting with the spinal wave, so take a big inhale, draw your chin to your chest, roll forward. When shoulders over wrist, exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Let your hips glide you all the way back. When you make it back again, inhale, roll forward, exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Again, last one here. Inhale to roll forward, and exhale. Glide it back. When you make it back, left leg comes up. Three-legged dog. Hips are squared, belly button is up and in. Next inhalation, tap that foot down. Taking those leg swings again. So exhale, kick up. Again, follow your breath. Up and down. Last one, hold it here. Look in between your hands. Inhale, right heel comes up. Exhale, foot lowers down. See if you can kick a little higher. Inhale, right heel comes up. Bringing that thigh to your chest. Exhale, foot comes down. Lower that back knee down. Inhale, arms come up. And overhead, setting up for a low lunge here. Maybe your hands on your blocks, by your side, wherever you are here. Focusing on your breath. On your next inhalation, shift the hips back. Straighten that front leg, prepping for half split. Take a big inhale and exhale, melt your chest onto your leg, focusing on keeping your hips squared. Belly button up and in. On your next inhalation, shift your hips forward. Going back into that low lunge. Maybe your arms come up and overhead. Prepping for those little pulses again. So keeping those back toes untucked. Take a big inhale. Lift it up. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale up. Exhale, lower. Last one here. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. On your next inhalation, maybe your hands on your blocks again. Placing your left forearm to the midst of your thigh. Inhale, kick back, try and grab onto your foot. Maybe you're using a yoga belt. And on your next exhalation, try and bring that foot close to your hip bone. Wherever you are, trying to bring your toes and your fingers in the same direction. Hips are still sinking down. Next inhalation, release. Arms come back up and overhead. Take a big inhale. Tuck the back toes. Lift it up. High lunge. Inhale, cactus the arms. Straighten that front leg. Engage your core here. Exhale. Try and melt it into a modified pyramid. When you're here, take a big inhale, drawing your chin to your chest. Coming into your straight back. Simply taking some waves. So exhale. Try and let it melt. Inhale, drawing chin to chest. Straight back. Exhale. Let it melt. Last one here. Straight back. And exhale. When you're here, try and hold it wherever you are. On your next inhalation, make sure that you're really planting your hands down on the mat. Try and kick that leg back into a three-legged dog, open hip. Opening towards your left side this time. Looking up and over your left shoulder. On your next inhalation, taking some bent knee circles again with your left knee this time. Following your breath. Last one. Keep it up. And on your next inhalation, straighten your leg, square out those hips. Three-legged dog again. On your next inhalation, right heel lifts off the mat, bringing that left thigh to your chest. Take a big inhalation, switch in the weight on your left side. This time, straighten out your left leg, fall in triangle. Keeping that leg lifted first. Exhale, drop it down. Try and slowly sit your bum down. Again, it's easier for you to keep this distance and you still feel a good amount of stretch. Or maybe you want to open your legs a little wider for your pancake fold. Inhale, arms come up, and exhale, walking yourself forward, focusing on that pelvic tilt here. Maybe melting your chest down onto the floor. Next inhalation, walk your fingertips back and shorten your stance. Slowly plant your hands down, set yourself back up, lift that leg, plant your hand down, and switch. Bringing that left thigh back into your chest. Exhale, lower that left thigh down, setting up for half pigeon here. Again, starting out, maybe your foot is closer to your right hip bone. If you're a bit more flexible, start to maybe walk it so that it's parallel with the front of your mat. Keeping your hands by your side, or maybe inhale, arms come up and overhead, taking the pulses. So inhale, lift up, exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, up, exhale, lower. Last one here, up and lower. Take a big inhale. Slowly maybe start to walk your hands forward, melting your chest down. Focusing on your breath here, keeping that spine straight and long. Next inhalation, slowly walk your fingertips back. Take a big inhale, plant the hands down, tuck the back toes, tucking that left thigh back into your chest. Exhale, foot comes down between your hands. Hands come up, high lunge. Take a big inhale, sway to the top of your mat. Keeping that leg high. Flexing the foot. Foot comes up on top of your left knee this time. Sit your bum down for figure four. Next inhalation, lift it back up. Whoop. Make sure you're focused. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, palms come together to heart. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, try and let it fold to full forward fold. Inhale, straight back. Maybe your hands onto your blocks. Exhale, planting the hands down. Step it back. Shift the weight forward. Maybe the knees come down on the mat. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing to downward facing. When you're here, take a moment to reconnect with your breath. Some balancing poses can be challenging. Like I always say, for me, I know that I have an extra challenge with my flat feet. I have an ankle that's a bit weaker than the other. It's all about practice. Focusing on your breath. Not caring about what you look like. On your next inhalation, lower chin to your chest, roll forward, really round the back of the heart. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, glide it back. Again, inhale, roll forward. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, let your hips glide you back. Last one. Inhale, exhale, glide it back. Let your right leg come up towards the sky. Three-legged dog. On your next inhalation, bring that right thigh to your chest. High plank. Exhale. Foot plants down. Inhale. Arms come up. High lunge. On your exhale, let that back knee come down on the mat, setting up for a low lunge. Again, here maybe your hands come down on your blocks wherever you are. Take a full breath, letting your hips sink down. Next inhalation, hands come down on your blocks, shift the hips back, straighten that front leg, exhale. Let your chest melt. Maybe you stay here in half split, or maybe you want to venture out if you're practicing full splits. Obviously, if you have your splits, makes it a lot easier for you to achieve that perfect line in this pose. So when you're here, maybe simply working on keeping the back toes tucked to ensure that your hips are squared. If you're here, keeping your hands maybe on some blocks by your side. If you have your full splits here, try. I'll encourage you to try with your left hand. Grab onto that back foot. Take a big inhale. And maybe on your exhale, try and bend into that foot, keeping your hips squared here. Focusing on your breath, don't compare yourself to others. Because as you can see, this is very similar to what we're going to do in a sugar cane. On your next inhalation, slowly lower the back foot down. Bringing your hands by your side. Next inhalation, plant the hands down. Tuck the back toes. And try and bring your foot in between your hands. Set yourself up for a high lunge. Arms come up and overhead. Next inhalation, cactus the arms. Way forward, grab the back of the ankle with your right hand. Placing your left hand down on the mat. Try and kick up, standing split. Really actively pulling that leg up towards the sky. Wherever you are, if it's straight or not, doesn't matter. Next inhalation, lower that left leg. Slowly start to maybe grab onto a block here. This is too much for you. Slowly making your way into half moon. So here you have your block set up out on your side. It's not in line. It's out by your side, a little bit forward. Maybe you want to use the highest height here. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Here, hips, the upper hip is turned out. Arm come up. Simply holding it here. And sugar cane, I'll demonstrate it first. Bending into that left leg, grabbing onto the inside of your foot. Take a big inhale. You can try and pushing your hips back, pulling your chest up, and you're pulling your foot up. Try and pull your foot up towards the sky. It's going to help you a lot at first. Kicking your foot is kicking against your hand is pulling your foot towards the front. Your hips are sinking back, heart is lifted, wherever you are, right? So whether you're using a block or not, maybe you're on your fingertips. Turn your fingertips by your side. Try with me. On your inhale, bend into that left leg, grab into the inside of your foot. Maybe you're using a yoga belt. Kick up with your foot, opening with your chest, engaging your core. Foot is kicking against your hand. Inhale, slowly lower that foot between the other one. Inhale, coming into your straight back. And exhale, letting yourself melt into a forward fold. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, let yourself melt again into a forward fold, shifting your weight forward. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, bend the hands down. Simply step it back into your downward facing dog. When you're here, simply take a moment to reconnect with your breath. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. On your next inhalation, drawing your chin to your chest, spinal waves again, so roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail. Let your hips glide you back to your down dog. Again, inhale to roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail. Head is the last thing to come down. Last one. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale. Drop the belly, lift the tail, and let your left leg come up this time towards the sky, three-legged dog. On your next inhalation, right heel comes up, bringing your left thigh to your chest. Exhale, foot comes down in between your hands. Inhale, arms come up, high lunge. On your next inhalation, lower that back knee down, setting up for low lunge here. Focusing on your breath, maybe your hands on your blocks by your side here. You're not here, you're here. Hands are underneath, right by your side. Next inhalation, planting the hands down. On your blocks, shift your hips back. Here again, melting it forward. Option to keeping your half split. Keep working on this. So if you're working on your splits, slowly slide into your splits, tucking your back toes, ensuring that your hips are squared here. Keeping your hands by your side to begin. On your next inhalation, if you're practicing here, maybe try and grab your back leg, keeping your hips squared, working on bringing your foot close to your side. Keeping your heart lifted. Next inhalation, release that back leg. Planting your hands by your side. Take a big inhale. Hands plant down. Tuck the back toes. Try and walk yourself into a high lunge. Inhale, cactus the arms. Grab onto the back of your left ankle with your left hand. Try and kick up. Standing split. Doesn't matter if it's straight or not. All about practicing actively pulling your leg up. Next inhalation, sitting up on your side. Again, maybe your hands on your blocks. For your half moon here. So that leg is lifted. And on your next inhale, bend into that top leg, grabbing onto the back of your foot. Heart is lifted. Kick and press those hips back. Chest, heart is lifted. Next inhalation, slowly release that foot beside the other. Take a big inhale. Coming back into your straight back. And exhale again. Let it fold. Inhale, arms come up, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms come together to heart. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale. Try and slowly set your feet, toes pointing out, heels in. Try and bring your feet a little wider than hips distance. Slowly bringing your palms together to heart. Bum lowers down. Setting up for yogi squat here. When you're here, using the back of your arms to push your thighs out. Feeling a stretch and an opening in your hips here, keeping that belly button up and in, spine straight and long. Next inhalation, slowly lower your bum down on the mat. Bring your legs together, feet together, coming in this seated position. Maybe you want to clasp the hands together, or maybe simply grabbing onto the front of your legs. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. We're going to take some types of cat-cows here. So on your next inhalation, drop your belly. Try and bring your belly to your thighs. Gaze drops back. Take a big inhale. And on your exhalation, drawing your chin to your chest, rounding in the back of the heart here. Inhale. Dropping your belly. Trying to drop the gaze back. And exhale. Drawing that chin to your chest. Inhale. Last one here. And exhale. Next inhalation. Come back to neutral. Slowly lower yourself on your back. All the way down onto your back. When you're here, take a big inhale, bringing both thighs to your chest. Maybe cross your hands together, taking a few rocks from side to side. On your next inhalation, simply holding on to your right thigh, extending your left thigh in front of you. Flexing onto that left foot. Maybe you want to take some circles with your right ankle here, trying to bring that right thigh close to your right armpit. On your next inhalation, slowly lift that left leg again, setting up for a quad stretch. So bringing your right ankle on top of your left knee. Wrapping your arms under that left thigh. Take a big inhale. And exhale, trying to bring that left thigh as close to your chest as you can. Maybe taking some movements from side to side again. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. On your next inhalation, go ahead and uncross your hands. Straighten your right arm out by your side, palm facing down. Go ahead and try and eagle out the leg so right leg is on top of that left one. And on your exhalation, trying to bring your right leg, your legs actually, by your side, taking a side twist, focusing on keeping your shoulder blades on the mat. So it doesn't matter if the legs are on the floor or not. Focusing on your breath here. Next inhalation, bring your legs back to center. And we're gonna switch. So go ahead and grab onto that left thigh this time. Straighten out your right leg in front of you. Maybe taking a few circles with your left ankle here. On your next inhalation, bending into that right leg, sitting up again for that quad stretch. So bringing your left ankle on top of that right knee, crossing your hands under that right thigh. Take a big inhale. And exhale, trying to bring that thigh as close to your chest as you can. Maybe taking movements again if that feels most comfortable for you. Your next inhalation, uncross your hands, straighten that right hand now by your side. Maybe the palm is facing down, maybe cactus the arms if you don't have enough room like me. Slowly start to eagle out your legs. And on your exhalation, bringing your legs maybe down by your side, looking up and over that left side this time. Next inhalation, bring it back to center. Take a big inhale, bring both thighs to your chest. Take a full breath. On your next inhalation, go ahead and grab onto the outside of both feet, setting up for happy baby here. So go ahead and press both feet down towards the ground, maybe taking some movements from side to side. On your next inhalation, maybe you stay here, or maybe you try and extend the legs. Focusing on your breath. Next inhalation, bring both thighs back into your chest. Exhale, release both legs, come straight out in front of you. Hands and arms are by your side. As always, we're going to finish this practice by taking a few breaths in Shavasana. I truly hope that you enjoyed this Sweet Sugarcane flow / how to, and that you have a wonderful day. Namaste.